21st century Britain reality, yeah? I'm asking you, we do have postcode wars. We have fights between different people that live literally like 20 minutes away. You were talking about Tottenham and Wood Green. Yeah, something like that, which is like literally 10 minutes away from each other, yeah? Okay, what is the initiative? Because now you're right, I agree with you, we're all here. I don't think anyone here disagrees, yeah? What are we going to do to stop this?
This can only be stopped by the people who are actually out there, you understand? So gang mentality can only be stopped by the gangs, which is why we call it guiding the new generation gang, you understand? Yeah. And it's a lot of people that was in the gang, in the circle. We've had people in Wood Green and Tottenham that had beef standing next to each other. Yeah. We've had people from Brixton and Peckham that had beef standing next to each other, you understand?
I get
so,
that, yeah.
So the only way it's going to be solved is one, us talking about it. So as you've seen, those last 6 G circles, there is jewels upon jewels, you understand? There's therapy for the people speaking and for the people watching. And remember, big up y'all, because it's not just London. We've got people in Wolverhampton, Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Derby, America, New Zealand, you understand? So even when you went about talking about how not everyone in Gambia that's Muslim has a Arab supremacy mindset, that is very true. Because when they tried to say don't come to the G Circle Muslim, it was a black Muslim from Gambia, from Senegal, but he was in New Zealand, that made a video when our black Muslims over here that know me, they know me, and they know I have no bad intentions, they know I've never disrespected, nothing to do with them, you understand? They know it's respect in the circle, so they know your religion won't be disrespected, you understand? But yet they're still trying to fight us, you understand? So when people say the Arab colonialist mentality, it's those people, it's the people that, like, I can't lie, like Extremely Biased TV, that go out their way to write comments, criticising the thing, instead of just saying, yeah, look, good, go.
But these people, this is why I'm here, because I want to bring all our black Muslim brothers together to understand, to get rid of it, innit?
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
why I keep going back to the point, right? It was made, innit, right? Yeah. That if black people, black Muslims are mistreated, what can be done about it? And I'm pushing forward, you build of us, innit? Build of yourselves, but build of us, innit? Come together and find solutions, like whether it's economics, health, education, where you're talking about ancient West African empires, what is what we're going to teach, yeah? This is the strategy, but what we shouldn't do...
What is the strategy? Can you outline, because this is the thing, this is the point here, I'll be honest with you.
Right.
Like, if you go to any of these businesses here in the city, at the top, the higher echelons of that business, you're going to find that you're going to have a board of directors, and they have committee meetings, and they have a well-crafted, you know, written strategy. I'll be honest with you guys here. I've heard good things. From my perspective, outside of coming in, I've heard good things, and I agree with the motto and the goals and the straight where you're going. Especially when you're talking about, because now, I'm not sure if you realize this, but 20,000 people are affected by knife crime on a yearly basis, and the majority of those people are black. Yeah, especially within inner cities. So that's a real problem. People are being killed. Yeah.
What's the question?
The question here is, just like in those companies where they would have an entrenched, written, codified, strategic plan.
You don't see I'm in my army outfit, so we don't discuss military tactics in public. Yeah, this is called a bat signal. This is what you call a bat signal on recruiting ground. Just like some of y'all out here recruiting as well. You know what I'm saying?
Google, yeah. If you know Google, obviously everyone knows Google, yeah. They had an overarching thing. You have an overarching thing. They want to be the best information provider in the world, yeah? And they are. Now, your overarching thing is you want to get black people away from knife crime and into their own independence.
For example, because for the solution for black people, people ask, how do we do this solution? So Rap Raven will say group economics, and I'll say sorting out the thing with the gangs, yeah?
Okay, cool.
Now, what they'll want us to do is debate over it, because I'm meant to tell Rap Raven, no, you're wrong. We need to focus on the youth first, because our youth are dying, and that must be our priority. We can't be thinking about no business. Then he's going to say to me, no, but how are you going to employ those youth to get them off the streets? So we got to. So for example, what I'm saying is, what we're arguing over nothing, is like most of the debates at this corner. Everyone's right, but we just don't want to see it from each other's perspective. Now, Rap Raven can go to these businesses, get them to sign up. He can go get a loan. Now I'm off the grid, so they ain't giving me no loan. You understand? When I need to get the community centre to get the youth, it's Rap Raven that's gonna have to shake hands with someone. You understand? Same way. Rap Raven will tell you the G Circle. He's met many businesses. Just from the G Circle, he's managed to boast. So what we have to do is Rap Raven is best at that. So from his life and his experiences, group economics is the solution, because he'll be the best to execute that solution. For me, I come from gangs. All of my brethren are in gangs. So for me, the best solution is dealing with the. Do you understand? So it's just a oneness. So that's basically.
How are you gonna do? Let's start with your thing then. You're dealing with gangs. What are you gonna do?
So basically, we've already been.
I know you're doing things.
So yeah, because we've been doing this for years. It's only now Speaker's Corner that people are seeing. Yeah. But we've been linking up different people from different gangs. You understand, that had beef. We've been doing conflict resolution. We take youth that are sometimes being misguided and bring them around. You understand? Like, well, okay, mum's calling me saying my son's rare. You understand? So that's what, so that's basically what we've already been doing, linking up with OGs in the ends. You understand? There's certain artists right now, but we wanna what this was just a bat signal. You understand? Yeah. So people, or a black signal. You get me? So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So people could see. Yeah.
Oh, that's his
so people could see and hear, you understand, what was being done, you understand. Yeah. But now we've come to a point where we've been able to mobilise, so we don't even need to be here, because we wasn't meant to do G Circle every week. It was only every week because the haters were hating so hard and so many people was coming out, you understand. But it was meant to be once a month originally. We planned to do it once a month. Yeah. So we're going to go back to that once a month thing now, and we've got other things that we're doing outside of this. There's buildings and there's other things, so you're going to see it on content over everything.
Yeah, but it's like this,
you understand?
I talk direct to black people, innit? So getting black people in the same space to talk about issues is my priority. That's why I try to network, innit? And that's why I'm talking to the black Muslims. I'm keeping it on that end. The black Muslims.
Oh, go on, cousin. Oh, he's saying, yeah. Oh.
Doesn't matter what faith you are, if you're being mistreated for being black, then we have a solution for you, innit, right? And if it comes down because historically, maybe the land you came from was maybe sacked or whatever it might be, and you didn't learn about your own history, well, we got answers for that as well, innit? Yeah, we've got a full plan. It's not just economics, it's health, it's literature, right? But it's black men building. Mindset. Yeah, there you go, right? So I'm saying, no matter what happens, no matter what comes back, I'm come back saying the same thing. Every week the same thing. Everyone's saying I'm saying this, but I'm saying the same thing, yeah? And I would say it's like this, you're all welcome. Yeah, and if you never want to build with non-black Muslims, this say you just want to do that, right? I'm saying as black Muslims, come together and work on your own issues. Yeah, just go on your issues. Yeah. So, you know what I mean, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Yeah? Does that make sense? That's it is. I can't see anyone saying that doesn't make any sense. Yeah?
Muslim black.
Yeah? So what I want to be seeing from our Muslim brothers here is dedicate a certain amount of time to discuss black Muslim issues, innit, right? Yeah? And build, because have you noticed, if you don't talk about it, no one will. No one will. Yeah? Yeah? And everyone's going to try to get you to not do that because they already saw it and they don't know it. Psychologically, right? It's what's going on. They're doing their own thing because that's what they're programmed to do. It's only us as black people who've been programmed to do something that doesn't benefit us. We're the kings of that, kings and queens of doing things that has no benefit for us, isn't it? So I'm saying try that. I'm more than happy to sit in and give you some tips, and when you guys are ready, if ever, you can join the other fold, and whether it's economics, health, or whatever it might be, but work on yourself, and if you need, man's here, innit? Yeah?
Let me add one more thing. I think there's one more thing that needs to be happening. Yeah, of course. I just want to add one more thing, and then I'll leave it to you guys, because I like what you just said there. One thing I want people to emphasize now, especially from your side, yeah, is education. Let me tell you why, yeah? To be honest with you, we have to face the realities. If you look at any sociological kind of demographical chart, you'll find that at the bottom of that, of the educational hierarchy, is basically black people in the Western world. That's how it is.
That's not true.
Well, hold on. Let me tell you what I mean by that. In terms of, hold on, let me finish my point. Hold on.
Not true though, man.
No, hold on. If you look at, for example, in America, the amount of people go into university as a matter of proportionality, and the amount of people that go in and get the grades that they need to get, the number one group in terms of achievement is Indians, Indian people.
Was it not Nigeria?
Hold on. If you don't want to, the thing is, half the problem is not knowing the problem. Do you get me? If you don't want to face the facts, then you know that's it. Hold on. Let me say the facts. Let me say the fact. Now look, I've done a research on this personally, on an academic level. Honestly, if you don't want to believe that this is a fact, you don't have to believe it's a fact. I'm not saying that black people are less intelligent. Why I'm saying, no one is saying that. I'm saying that academically, in accordance with, if you look at the statistics in America, the amount of people that go into university and that complete degrees and that get the best grades in degrees, the highest achievers in terms of ethnic groups are Indian people. Indians and Asians of like Chinese heritage. Number two, as the white people. And then after that, at the bottom, you've got black people. Now, the reason why that is the case, at the bottom, you've got black people. Now, no, hold on.
That must be an old.
No, it's not.
Let me explain.
Hold on.
Man, say this and you say that.
No, hold on. That's the problem. Let me finish. Now, hold on. This is the thing. Now, if you're talking about economic rejuvenation, if you're talking about basically black people coming out of the situation that they're in, there's no way to do that better than education. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm not saying, by the way, that black.
create a machine that can stop all nuclear energy from, you know what I'm saying? Then I would know a way to I feel like it's black women. I feel like if they really, I feel like a lot of us would be more engaged in school if we were able to really create, and you know what I'm saying. But I believe that the school system set up one way. Then with African Americans, you've got the. Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then with African Americans, you got. Sorry, brothers, please just let me finish. I feel like man, them are just waiting for me to finish. You get me? Like no one's listening. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying something. Yeah, but yeah, are you listening? So I'm saying that the racism that African Americans face, like growing up in the society. So there's so many different things to be taken into consideration. I think the most pungent part of the point is when you actually break up the different groups and you look at the Nigerians and the people that are coming from overseas, they're doing better more times than other people. Do you understand? Yeah, look it up. That's a fact.
Like, all I just wanted to ask you, where do you think the biggest hospital university is?
Well, in this country?
No.
Do you
know where it is?
In the world?
In the world.
I don't know where it is now.
It's in Grenada. by a lot of professors and a lot of black people that are in there. So I'm just saying it's just on the thing that you're generalising a 10%, as I was speaking earlier.
May I say something? May I say something? And I might have a lot of enemies for saying this, but one thing people need to understand, okay, and this is religiously emphasized, but that you must get away from negativity and also portray the world as gloom and doom. We like to do that too much. I hear this all the time. All the time I hear, oh, the black people are doing this. Oh, we black Muslims are going to happen this. This has to stop. Because that's not reality. You know what reality is? When we mentioned West Africa, when my brother mentioned West Africa, he failed to mention that whenever Senegalese people and the entire earth, this is a trend with them, wherever they come, they extremely quickly have the ability to create businesses. Yeah, that's a Senegalese tariqa, right? And their understanding is based upon a religious, spiritual leader. So there are Senegalese right now in Italy who are doing way better than the Arabs who came from because they are very, what's it called? Very self-sufficient. Yeah, of course. Okay, but
how self-sufficient?
No.
Okay, black people.
We need to stop this narrative.
No, it's true. Bro.
No, hold on. Let me finish. We need to finish this. We have to stop this narrative. Like I said, no one mentions that tariqa, the Senegalese tariqa. That is an international phenomenon where the CNN, they wrote an article on this because they've noticed it. Another thing was mentioned. We mentioned that a lot of black people want to become rappers and football and entertainers. Do we know that there are more black doctors in America than NBA players? Why we not focus on that? It's not about promoting, it's about reality. It's about reality. You can promote what you want, but if in reality there are more doctors than rappers, then there is someone.
And that's why black people have to control the narrative. And
Thank you.
Very cool. And but the thing
Thank you.
He's not black, so he's looking from a different perspective, which makes sense, right? But you as a black person,
I know this stuff.
You have inherited interest, right?
Yeah.
So you can't show sympathy, you show empathy.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to get all my black Muslim brothers to understand that concept, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
By the way, my skin colour is not too far away from your skin colour. Whatever, man.
Just so you know, when we talk about black, we ain't necessarily talking about like.
Yeah, I know. Where are you from originally?
Well, Dominican, Jamaica, that's my family.
Sorry, Akhi, you wanted to come.
No problem. No. It's just that I don't let the brother saying don't think about the gloom and doom. But I'm on the other side where I don't romanticize things, and I say it how it is. Yeah. Places like Italy are to boast about some achievement in Italy is crumbs off the master's table.
Why is that?
Because if black people, in Italy and in Europe, all over Europe, are treated like shit. Sorry for that language, but you have the coin, the token nigger, as you were, that is in places of position everywhere. Bro, even listen, there's a story that I read about the apartheid, and the way the white man set it up was that even though they were giving back supposedly giving back the land to the black people, the black people would always have to depend on the white person. That's reality. It's not gloom and doom.
Now what I'm saying is,
May I come back? Come back. Sorry. Look, I'm not. Anything that I said was not romantic. No. Okay, there was nothing romantic about that. That's reality. What I'm saying is, what people do is they underpin a narrative that's already there, which is, everyone in Africa has the big kids in Africa have big bellies and run in villages. Why are we underpinning this? It's not real.
It's like when
it's not real.
You know what it's like, It's like when they say, the Africans were cannibals. When the Americans say your Africans were cannibals, But did you know in 1605, and you can do the research, the white people was cannibals. They was eating each other, bruv. They was eating each other.
Stop
You get a black African that says they took us in slavery to save us because we was cannibals over there. Not knowing the people that took you was cannibals.
There's a lot of horrible. Just the last thing, and I give it to you. There's a lot of horrible things happen to black people. I understand this, But you know what? Let me narrate you a story. Okay, this is a story, Jesus' story. It's just a story about Jesus. Jesus one day he was walking on the road and they saw a dead dog. and his companions were with him. The companions comment on the dog. One says, "Oh, this dog smells so bad." The other companion says, "Oh, I can see worms coming out of his mouth." The other companion says, "This dog is so ugly. Look what happened to him. He's decomposing." Jesus says, "Look at his white teeth, so beautiful." Then the companions turn around and say, "Jesus," or Isa. They say, "How can you see, like, why are you saying that?" He says, "You commented, you saw the negative. I commented and said the positive." I'm saying is, optimism is part of our religion. Pessimism is the opposite. It's not from the Sunnah.
Can I say something? You're describing the bank.
Yeah, he wants to say something. Sorry.
You're describing the bank.
Yeah, do you know what? As a Somali, you're Somali, yeah?
If that story,
Let me introduce you a topic.
we'll open up later.
Let me introduce you a topic, Aki, yeah?
I wanted to say something now.
No, I wanna, yeah, and then you can add to it.
Maybe what you should do.
Yeah, Hussein, go. Yeah, of course. Then give it to this brother.
I don't know, yeah. I'm saying, I haven't spoken yet. How am I taking too long? How have I taken too long?
Leave it.
Think before you speak, it makes you look ignorant. Think before you speak, it makes you look ignorant. No, what's this? I said think before you speak, it makes you look ignorant.
Now, guys, we have to stand pose, right?
I haven't spoken yet, you say I'm taking too long. Anyway, the point was, this is very short. I'm sure most of the people that are here know this. Look, this, like that we was saying about negative things, like me growing up in this country, before I was Muslim and stuff, I didn't learn anything. My history was, you were a slave, yeah? So, you was a slave or whatever. It's falling apart, bro. Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah, so basically what I learned growing up in this country from my school education, coming from a single parent family, I didn't know nothing about Africa and so forth. The only sincerely, based upon growing up in this country, in a first world democratic country, first world education, everything, my outlook of Africa is this. You know, first I grew up in this country, I went to school. I taught my history was you was a slave, and then Wilberforce or something freed you, or some white man freed you. That was it basically. That was the beginning, and the apex of of black civilization was freed and slave by a white person, not even black people. So the whole thing is obviously your self-esteem as a black person growing up in this country is gonna be rubbish.
Yeah.
You were an animal, and then we freed you.
I didn't grow up here.
And obviously here, non-black people, when they watch us and they see the news and knife crime, this stabbing stuff, it's evil to see black people as animals and half human beings. Why are they just stabbing each other for different postcodes? Like, these people are just evil and they got single parents and sexual deviants. These people are just like aliens, bruv. You know, like, and people sincerely, non-black people, they sincerely look at it like that. You know, and they don't have a context.
And the problem is they never look at their own and see, oh, black people are killing each other, but
white people
we're killing people all over the planet. We just drop bombs in Syria.
Are you bragging about it? Are you bragging?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, No, that's true.
Even when they look at us as savages, we are literally killing. So don't ever feel like we're morally below, because we're killing each other.
Yeah.
As youth, before they get the chance to wake up like Hussein did. You understand? Because Hussein could have killed himself before he got this chance to wake up. You understand? So when we're killing each other, don't ever, I don't want the people to listen and know that you can't judge them on the same level that you judge the politicians, bro.
Not true.
And the man them that are sending drones to children, women and children. And it's so normal now that I've just said that bombs are being dropped on women and children, and everyone listening is desensitized.
Yeah, we don't care.
We're completely desensitized. Oh, that's normal. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to say, because I don't want to speak too long. So anyway, the point is this. The point I'm trying to say is that, so obviously, like, we're growing up, and I'm sure you guys, most of you know this, yeah? That we grew up as black single parents, no self-esteem. The only thing, sincerely, not being biased or anything, me, being black myself, growing up, the only thing I knew about Africa, is two things. One, there's skinny babies with big bellies, and flies around them. And two, there's people with rags on their head on a Jeep, with a M16 or something, Wallahi, I'm not even being biased. Just as a normal kid growing up in this democracy, in this third world, I sincerely didn't ever want to go to Africa or go anywhere close to it. And I sincerely believe that, not about Africa, Irish people as well. I believe that Irish people, if you have a conversation with them and you get on their nerves a bit, they hit you on the nose, and they just want to fight everyone. When really they were living like second class immigrants. So the whole thing is that obviously now I know as a Muslim and reading and looking at different places, I know that some places in Africa are beautiful, more than beautiful here. They develop places, buildings, develop buildings. But what I'm trying to say is that until I went underground and started checking alternative movies, media, of course you're going to think that Africans are dumb. So the whole thing is, but you guys, some of you are from Africa and this, that and the other. So what you have to really do, especially for the youth and their self-esteem, yeah, as you lot know, the ones that are here regularly, they know this already. But a lot of black youth and stuff like this, like, if you don't know what you've had empires, like Black Wall Street. Do you guys know about Black Wall Street? A place after slavery. When they say pull yourself up by your bootstraps and do well for yourself, Black Wall Street is a beautiful example. A place after slavery in America, a town where they got their trades together, got carpentry, plumbing, got tailors, everything was thriving, everything was good. They even had their own damn airport, bruv. Yeah? And what happened? The rednecks or whatever, the white people got angry and they burned it down, bro. There is no Black Wall Street no more. The end, game over.
Right? That can be again, right?
No, it can be again. But what I'm trying to say is that, so this thing about people perception that black people are just evil and they're just a scum, they're violent, like,
yeah, you're right.
and they're sexual deviants. Why can't they just keep their families together? Yeah, Black Wall Street shows you even when we did it and it was done properly.
Yes, listen, this is what it is.
Look, we like talking about the past. Yeah, look at this. This is what.
Yeah. So the point is,
Somebody wanted to say something, yeah?
Just quickly, because it's gonna be gone. Look, because we like talking about the past, isn't it? Okay, let me find something. Okay.
Because this is a camera, they might not see it.
Okay. No, this is London. Okay. We like talking about the past. Let me get this up. Okay. This is a friend of mine called Brunel, right?
What are you showing us, bro? You're showing us.
Okay, freaking out. I can't show you, but it was.
Describe it for your man.
Okay, he's a photographer. Okay, and he goes to our hoods, to our ends, and he takes pictures of it. And yesterday he put out a picture on Instagram. It was a young black man. He had like his work clothes on, and he was working hard. And I looked at that picture, I was like, bro, I see myself in him. This is a lovely picture. We need more of these pictures. It's representation. What I'm trying to say is, let's own the narrative.
Yes. We can only own the narrative
by creating
if we come together.
Yes.
Hold on, guys.
Can we have agreement? Come. No, because you made a point. Here's what this, right? Here's what I'm pushing. I'm pushing Black Batman Bill, right? So I'm saying when we're talking, yeah, bro, we shouldn't be firing amongst ourselves, innit? And throwing words at each other, right? If we're doing that, we're distracting it. Yeah? So I'm saying also, if you want to be influenced by these images, we have to come together to actually to create those narratives, right? And we have to have a code of conduct. And I'm pushing forward. Let's not make fun of each other, innit? Especially on camera. No, this is what I'm pushing forward.
No, you're not saying
anything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah? I'm saying, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. I'm not doing this, yeah? Yeah, you get me, right? But I'm saying, let's do that, right? And then we can have that kind of conversation. Yeah.
He wanted to say something, so let me just put this to you. I wanted to ask you something. Now listen, this might sound once again, but we're trying to flesh things out. As a Somali man, yeah?
Okay.
I want to ask you a question. Do you feel like, in terms of Somalis first and foremost, yeah? I'll be straightforward. I feel like when I see, I'll be straightforward. This get out of things. Okay, look.
it's recording.
I've seen on many occasions dynamics whereby Somalis, yeah.
No. I know what he's gonna say, but let him talk.
Somalis, okay, and let's say West Africans or Caribbean, and West Africans, they intermix, or Caribbeans intermix.
Okay.
I feel
Somali and East Africans intermix.
Yeah, like in a group setting, yeah? In a group setting, in a school setting, wherever, yeah?
Okay.
My question to you is as follows. Okay. Do you feel, and once again, this is a place for you to redress your grievance and for the Africans to hear what you're saying. Because once again, we need to fix this house.
Well, you could.
Do you feel as a Somali black African, yeah? Do you feel like, I'm not gonna say do you feel like you're black.
No.
You clearly are, yeah? I'm gonna say to you, do you feel like Somalis, in terms of the wider black community, are not regarded on on par with the rest of the blacks. In other words, because of distinctive language and culture and religion even, yeah, because Somalia is 99% Muslim, yeah, which is
1% atheist Christian.
whatever it may be, but like Somalia is seen as the Muslim problem, or the problem that maybe no one wants to talk about. It's not when you talk about Black History Month. I've not really ever seen once in my life Black History Month, Mogadishu. I've not seen that. Hargeisa, I've not seen this stuff. Why? When we talk about Black History Month, we're talking about those empires that we talked about, West Africa and the Caribbean.
No, but wait, no, that's not true. That's not true. Anytime we talk about the Nagashi that saved Islam.
I'm not Somali.
No, you're listening. When we talk about the Nagashi that saved Islam, and we're talking about within that context, we're not talking about Ethiopia, Eritrea, and these places that Italy created. We're talking about one landmass, and so that encompasses Somalia.
Yeah, from the Islamic perspective, I'm with you.
No, I'm saying even Black history. Like, you get me? Like,
have you ever seen Somalia in Black History Month?
100%.
No. I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
I didn't see him at 6 years.